Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the match preview. Tottenham Hotspur versus Everton at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
It
in
is.
front of no fans. Of course. Yeah, this game, big. This has. I mean, it was always going to be a big game, I suppose, but it's become a bigger game because obviously with Everton winning this week and Tottenham losing that game with Sheffield United, a win for Everton would take us above Tottenham, and suddenly then you're looking at it in terms of Europa and looking at the teams we've got left, and I'm not sitting here by any means saying that they're easy games. They'll all be difficult for different reasons. But this is a big opportunity now. This has presented itself as a big opportunity. And for Everton, you know, if we could take that opportunity on Monday night, then it could really be looking up.
Definitely. It is a big opportunity. I think the biggest thing really will be not losing the game, because there's only a point between the two teams now. Obviously, Sheffield United beat Spurs in the Premier League this week. So, 1 point between the two teams after we beat Leicester. Obviously, if we win and we go above them, that'll be a massive thing. It'll be an absolutely huge result. But not losing will be as equally big, because it keeps you next to a team who I think are probably the favourites for that 7th spot in Spurs.
Do you think? Only because of the... You might beg to differ with me on this one, but only because I look at Arsenal's form in the last couple of games. So they're in and around there as well. Sheffield United have obviously won that game. I know they haven't had a great start, but they've won that game. We're in decent form. So I just generally think it's anyone's out of 3 or 4 teams, rather than it being focused on just one
I just
side.
think Spurs are, after Wolves, I think Spurs are probably the next best team. I seen Arsenal against Norwich, and the 0-0 at Norwich at the post. Goalkeeper tries to do a Cruyff and gives it to Aubameyang, and it's 1-0. Norwich all over Arsenal. Arsenal break, mistake, 2-0. Arsenal aren't playing well. They've had a couple of easy wins in the last couple of games. They've got a tough running. So I think Spurs will be above Arsenal without even having to worry about it. So to me, if you can get above Spurs, you'll be the team that finishes 7th.
Was the argument not that we're not exactly playing well though either, but we're grinding out results?
We've had tougher games though, I would say. Okay. No, I'm not saying we'll finish above Spurs. I'm just saying I'll be very surprised if Arsenal finish above Tottenham of what I've seen. Arsenal defensively aren't very good. They've obviously got Aubameyang, who's amazing. Well, you've got him, you've got a chance. Just looking at the teams, and we're in this mix. Sheffield United have been brilliant, and they've just took Spurs apart. But I still feel like Tottenham are stronger than Sheffield United. Okay. But who knows? I mean, that's just me saying it today. Everton could go there and get a result, and Spurs could be in trouble. So I just think if it was a bet man at the moment, looking at Sheffield United in 7th on 47, down to probably us. Palace had an outside bet, but probably us. I would say out of those, Sheffield United, Arsenal, Spurs, Burnley and Everton, I'd say Spurs, for me at this moment, would be the favourites to get that 7th place. Just because I think when you've got Harry Kane and Son in your side, I think you've got a great chance of winning games. So we'll see. I
mean, listen, they've got good players. They're not playing well.
No.
I would say. But then saying that, before that defeat to Sheffield United, I would have been looking at it thinking...
I thought they'd get something.
I thought they'd win, and I thought they'd just keep that momentum going.
And they were all over the place. Sheffield United played really well.
So. Yeah, and I think in that game we've seen the frailties. I mean, listen, Spurs were very unlucky in the game because of the goal that got disallowed.
Yeah, so the most ridiculous decision.
And obviously they'd beaten West Ham before that, I think, and they drawn with Manchester United.
See, Arsenal go to Wolves on Saturday.
Yeah, no, I know.
Sheffield United, I think that they go
saying
to
with
Tottenham
on Sunday. Tottenham had a joke against Man United. They beat West Ham. Harry Kane's back, and you would have thought Sheffield United would have, with the way they'd been playing. But that just shows you the way it is at the moment. or just shows you what the Premier League like in general. So
Yeah.
I think for it's a double-edged sword. I think because of that defeat, Mourinho will, he hasn't got much time to get them back in and look at them. You only really have a couple of days to really get them on the training pitch. You looked at the Sheffield United game and defensively, wide areas.
They were all over the place.
Well, I think what it was is the Sheffield United created gaps between the full back wing backs and the centre backs, and that's where they got the joy. They stretched them and then they got runners into those gaps, and that's where the couple of the goals came from. I think if Everton could do that, but it would. I think that's the hardest thing for us at the moment, just because of the lack of mobility we've got in that midfield. We don't. What we do have is midfielders who are playing at the moment that will go wide, but it needs the fullbacks to take risks.
Yeah, of course.
And it'll be interesting to see how often we do that.
Well, Spurs finished the game at 67.5% possession, 9 attempts at goal to Sheffield United 7. Sheffield United had 5 on target, Tottenham had 2 on target. So Spurs a lot of possession without creating lots. But I think for Everton, definitely, I think we were talking about this yesterday and said that there's an opportunity to maybe go 3 at the back and potentially try to match Spurs up, or certainly put us an extra body in midfield for us, because I think just given what we have at the moment in midfield, the mobility isn't there. Spurs played a 4-2-3-1 at Sheffield United, obviously Son and Lucas Moura joining Kane up there and Berwin as well, so they've got the very attacking front four, and then Local, Soames, Sissoko in the middle. Now Carlo Ancelotti might look at that and go 4-4-2 is fine. 4-4-2 is fine with what we've got, because we can try to match up the two in the middle. The power of Sissoko running with, he's not great, but he's a strong runner with the ball. Local shows a little bit, he's still an attacking midfield play, but he's a bit cleverer. I just wonder if he'll maybe change it up anyway for our game, because they didn't perform, so it'll be interesting. But Coleman and Dean will be important, I think, for Everton on Monday night. And then when you've got a front two of Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin, you've always got a chance of scoring.
I think goals as well defensively, and again this was another thing Sheffield United did. They really put a lot of players. Well, they have 2 players in front of the 2 centre backs, or 3 centre backs, and they really snuffed out what Tottenham wanted to do because of those players. They played very centrally. I think that's been, certainly you've seen that in the Leicester game, you've seen in the Liverpool game, was the ability to put players in there and just snuff out the space.
Yeah.
We're going to, obviously we've faced Vardy. I mean, in Liverpool we faced Firmino and Mane, and then we faced Vardy, and now we're facing Harry Kane, who scored a couple of goals in the 3 games he's played in. And it's all about just snuffing out the chances, stopping the ball getting through to him, because he scored a goal, he's had 1 disallowed against Sheffield United, which shouldn't have been disallowed. So he's obviously bang on form. I think he's one of those kind of players who feels like, I'll take all the responsibility as well. So I think it'd be massively important to snuff out as much as we can before it gets up to that. And I think actually in the games we've done that quite well, but it hasn't really, we can't transition out of that. That's the only thing I worry about, is that once we get into that, we only seem to be playing that. We don't seem, we find it hard then to break. And it'll be, and I do think there'll be opportunities for us. And it's whether we keep the concentration of continuing to do that, like as a low block, or we go, oh, we've got chances here. Because that was the thing in the Liverpool game, was we were really disciplined. We didn't get caught in a game of, oh, we'll have a go at you. If you're letting us have a go, we stayed. Norwich was a little bit different, because I think we were there to attack. I think once we got the goal, it took the pressure off us a little bit to do that, because obviously we were 1-0 up. And then the Leicester game was a bit of both, because it was like, well, we're 2-0 up, but Dave just scored. Or even when we were 2-0 up, it was like, do we go for more, or do we sit in our block? And I think that'll be the thing with this game. I do feel like that. I think It's going to be an interesting one, this,
Tough opponents.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, they've lost just 3 of 27 Premier League home games against Everton. That's 16 wins and 8 draws. They haven't lost in 10 games against us at their place. We had 3 defeats with 3 years on the run. We beat them. And we haven't done it since. Everton are winless in the last 14 matches against Tottenham. It's just since Stephen Pienaar's late header in 2012. These are the kind of things you see that we've got to get rid of, these records.
Well, you're the one telling me them.
I'm telling you because I'm saying we've got to get rid of them, haven't we? It's unsurprisingly, this is Spurs' joint longest unbeaten run against any Premier League team. We have all of these, we're great. Everton looking to win Premier League back-to-back away games the first time since 2016. It's all of this kind of stuff, you see. And we've lost 77 of the 155 Premier League games in London. Only Newcastle have lost more.
Do you think there'll be anything left over from the game in October? Was it now? And because I know on the day there wasn't. I know on the day there wasn't. And there wasn't any bad blood, even though I still can't get my head around that. But there's not going to be any of our players targeting Son, Hardy or anything like that. I would imagine.
I doubt it. I think if there's anything else, then he might end up in a bit of trouble, the kid, in terms of taking a few challenges. But if it's just a normal game, I don't think so. Would Gomez? I doubt it.
No, he doesn't.
Would Son go near Gomez again? I doubt it. So I don't think so. It happened at the time. He got away with it and he should never have done. It was just a disgraceful decision, disgraceful challenge, disgraceful decision by the FA to overturn it because it was intent to foul him, regardless of whether
cause and effect. Said at the time.
That was the thing.
It's cause and effect.
But I don't think Everton can afford to go out with let's get. I don't think we need to.
If we've got any players.
I don't think we need to. Though it's a game of football.
But I don't think we've got any. And football's not like that.
Time's passed, and we need to go out and concentrate on our job.
And I tell you where I think like we need it. But I think Mourinho is going to be ramping up for certainly for the referee after what happened the other day. And I've got sympathy for him. What happened against Sheffield United, it was nonsense. The lad gets fouled, falls over, the ball just ricochets off him, falls to Kane, and Kane finishes, and it's handball. There's one in the City-Liverpool game as well, which is exactly the same. One. Falls down, Mahrez has got about 87 yards still to go, and scores brilliantly. Pathetic. And it's that rule, when it's applied like that, is pathetic.
They don't have it. I just don't think they know what they're doing. The VAR.
But it's going to change that rule, isn't it? Anyway?
Yeah, they don't know what they're doing. And our referees don't need an excuse to be even worse because they're atrocious. They're like Three's customer service. Absolutely atrocious.
You've just been one of our potential sponsors there, don't you?
Yeah, whatever. Chelsea. They're all over Chelsea.
No. 3's the magic number for Chelsea this week.
For Chelsea, apparently.
Yeah, I can see Mourinho.
He'll have them fired up and he'll have them organised. Yeah. You're right, we probably could have done with them getting a result yesterday. That's but right. You can't worry about that as Everton. We've got our own game plan. Like I said before, for me, these are the favourites, just given the players they've got. But just because you've got the best, it looks like you've got the best side, doesn't necessarily translate that way. And I've seen a big thing today about Spurs saying there's unrest. They can't afford to sack Mourinho because he's on too much money. The players don't like him. There's this, that. There's like a big list of things that are going wrong at Spurs. Who knows?
I just think that for this game, I think this is... We've played 3 so far. You know, Liverpool, we weren't supposed to get anything out of it. We did. Norwich, we were supposed to, and we did. Leicester was a flip of a coin. This one's interesting because, like I said before, to get Europe, we've really got to win this game.
We've got to win.
But we certainly can't lose this game. You know, if Spurs get the 3 points and then it opens up that gap, that'll be hard to close. I mean, don't get me wrong, it won't be impossible because they'll only be
4 points,
4 points above us, but at this stage of the season, that's difficult. And that's where that sort of thing of is, where that's where Carlo's tactics are going to be really, really interesting. How does he set us up? What's he trying to get? You know, will those tactics change during the game? Because we've seen that he is very flexible. How does he cope with the midfield? How does he cope with runners? Because I think that's what Spurs are good at. Players picking up the ball deep and running. You've got Son, you've got
Lucas Moura,
you've got the kid from Holland,
Berwin.
Yeah. You've got Kane. Kane
Lamella, if he's fit.
Kane likes going deep. Kane likes going deep and picking the ball up. So that's going to be, I think, our biggest worry. And it's a new test for him. It really is. It's not. If we lose the game, it's not over. If there's enough games left, I think, just about. And then you've got the thing with Man City, and it could go to 8. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be a big test for us, this one, to see.
It's the midfield for me.
Yeah.
It's the midfield. We've got defensively, we're good, and up front, I think we're really good. And you know, we've got players in wide areas who can affect games. But in the middle worries me. Gomez, excellent footballer and all that, but it's alongside him and maybe one player in a wide area that it was short of, and this game will tell. Do
you think, just while we're talking about the game, do you think if Richarlison is any ill effect from the knock he got on his hand? Because it's straight after the game, it's fine to say, oh, he's all right.
Yeah,
but the next day that could it could be swollen, and if he can't train on it, and then you've got a game, and then you've got another game 3 days later. Do you think if he can't play, that he might look to just play one up front, or do you think he would go, no, we're having Moise Kean?
No, I think Moise Kean will play.
Okay.
I don't see how he could change it.
Well,
really.
Just like the second half against Leicester.
Nah, I don't. I think I don't, because I just think the way they set up, it's a flat back foot. I know they've had the 3 at the back, and that's why I was saying we could match them up and go 3 at the back to try and get the full backs in wide areas. And I know we did it and closed the game out against Leicester the other day really well. I just think you'd isolate Dom, and then you're playing a game then where you're leaving one up front and you're trying to join in. I think you're almost asking for them just to have the ball all the time. I know sometimes 4-4-2 you can do that, but if you've got 2 threats up front, it's more difficult for them. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not advocating playing that way, because when we play 4-4-2 with Richarlison will naturally drop deep anyway to pick up the ball, and he's a threat. It was just because will Moise Kean do that job? Does that put more pressure on Dom? And Dom's, is already running. But who's to say Moise Kean doesn't come in a game like this and runs and does well for an hour, and then if Everton are doing well for an hour, and then Ancelotti might look to flip the tactics then and then play.
Richarlison might just be fine.
But Richarlison, listen, everybody, Ancelotti the other day said he'd be fine for Sunday. It's an impact challenge. You're right, it could flare up, but I just don't know whether he'd sacrifice another striker, because I think of the way. I mean, he could end up playing, Gordon on the right, Bernard on the left, and Iwobi through the middle as a number 10 almost, and just have Dom so someone's breaking. I don't know, but I think he'd probably just go like for like, because I think at some stage, with some stage in his next 6 games, Moise Kean's got to start 1 or 2 of them. He's got to, because you've got to have a look at him. You really have. I know, listen, he come on at Norwich and we were fuming with some of the stuff he was doing, because he just didn't seem up to it. But I think you've got to give the lad that fillip of having
I'd rather he didn't. And the reason is, because the reason is that I think we start seeing him in games when Europe's sort of out the window. I don't see him playing in games.
We'll see, won't we? But I mean,
there's still an opportunity.
See, I personally I'd probably play the 3 of them in 1 or 2 games, because I don't think anyone on the right-hand side is nailed. I know Walcott's back in training on Monday, but let's be honest, it's not going to make much difference when he's back in the side. I would like to see the Richarlison wide right and him up in a game or 2, maybe a Goodison though, rather than being away from him.
I just worry that he just doesn't offer enough.
Well, we'll see, won't we?
And
that's what
accommodate.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, isn't it? Since Carlo Ancelotti's first game in Boxing Day, only Liverpool, United and City have earned more points than us. Tottenham boss Jose Mourinho's never lost a home game against Everton. Won 7 and drawn 2. He's only faced Manchester United more at home without a defeat. Harry Kane, and I'm not going to read that one. Tom Davies could make his 100th Premier League appearance in this game at just 22 years and 6 days. On the day of the game, he'd be the second youngest player to reach 100 Premier League games for Everton after Michael Ball in December 2000 at age 21 years and 68 days. Not bad for a championship player, as people say. And when Harry Kane and Son combined for Spurs goal of the night, it was the 20th time they combined for a Premier League goal, only the 12th Premier League duo to do so. So we know that them two, they're the pick of the two. We like, even though Son, there was a little bit of, well, there was a lot of nastiness in the challenge, he's still an excellent player. He's someone who had the love that Everton.
Yeah, and that's what we've got to be very careful of. We've got to be careful of sitting there going, oh, I've just been beaten by Sheffield United, blah, blah, blah. These will be looking to get back into it. These will be looking to put the Sheffield United game behind them. But listen, Carlo's far too long in the tooth to be thinking about that game. He's thinking about this game.
And what I've noticed with Spurs, despite me saying, oh yeah, for me the defeat, I watched them against West Ham, and at 0-0, West Ham had a couple, I mean, they had a goal disallowed, but they've had a couple of chances at 0, and at 1-0, even after Spurs had scored, Bowen misses a great opportunity.
Spurs are a decent team with a very, very good striker in them. Yeah. And that to me is what they are. I think you take Harry Kane out of the Spurs team, I think they struggle. And I know, and no, but what I know,
well, it's proved that, hasn't it?
But I know there was a time when some was flying, and last season there was, we've seen there was times when they were flying, and Harry Kane actually coming back into the side for the Champions League final might have destabled them. Yeah. But they're clearly not the same side, and obviously, some went away and had to do national service and all these kind of things, and they're such a mad team though. They're a team that on any day could just be absolutely amazing, and then on another day they're like what they were. So,
they're dangerous.
They are, of course they are.
And you're right. Obviously, Carlo has been around a lot of football for a number of years, played massive games, been there, done it, seen it all. It's just like I've said a million times, probably in the last few weeks. It's our midfield. If we had a more mobile midfield, I'd have no fears going here. In fact, I'd be expecting Everton to win, because I think the front two we have causes anybody and everybody problems. You look at the games that we've come back. We come back against Liverpool. Okay, we were very much on the back foot, but with the team that should have won the game. We had all the chances. We went to Norwich and we didn't play very well, but we should have put the game to bed at 1-0 and won the game. We played Leicester the other night. We could have been out of sight before they got a foothold in the game, and possibly should have been. And then obviously we had to defend really well. So in each of the 3 games that we've come back, we've had spells where we could have put games to bed, and we've had to defend. We've let 1 goal in the 3 games, and it was the luckiest goal you'll see, hitting someone in the boat race and dropping over the line. But these are a very dangerous strike partnership, and with Lucas Moura as well, another good player. But I think the one thing about the advantage, I guess, for us on Monday is that there's not going to be anyone in the stadium. So it's as good a team as Tottenham are. You're playing in an empty stadium where it's a game of football. And if you keep to your game plan and you can use your front two well, we've got a chance. Yeah. And we should take confidence from the fact that West Ham had chances against Spurs, United had chances against Spurs, and Sheffield United put them to the sword the other night from wide areas. So that'll boost Everton, but it will be a very difficult game, no doubt.
There you go. Hopefully 3 points, but at the very least, hopefully not.
Just don't lose is the first protocol.
And we keep going to try and get that European place, which would mean so much, I think, that if we could get it this season, on for so many different reasons. There you go. Give this video a like, subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure to check out our Everton new kit, Hummel kit unveiling video. Make sure you check that out as well.
Do it.
Come on, do it. And if you want more great videos early, live videos, join us on Patreon. The link is in the description. Thanks for watching. See you later.